Not even gonna lie, I got this shirt because it is a terracotta color. Hi plant lovers, welcome back to Millennial Planter. Happy 2021. It is officially my first video of the new year. I am slowly but surely getting into my groove, tapping into that 2021 energy. It's been kind of a slow January for me, kind of stressful, so my uploads have just been lacking, and I apologize for that, but I am here, I am back. I hope you all are doing well, and today I am bringing you my 2021 plant wish list, my plucket list, my plant bucket list. I know, real original, all the plant tubers are doing it right now, but why not? It is cool just to see what kind of plants you want and look back on it in a year and see if you attained any of those. Honestly, half the fun of collecting is the hunt, and just not even just the hunt, but like finding the plant and then finding it at a good price. I have been able to find all of my plants for really good prices. I'm proud to say I have yet to spend over $100 on one plant, which is really shocking. But yeah, I promise you that that's true. So I really try to look for a good bargain. A lot of times I do buy baby plants. If you saw my houseplant tour, I do have a lot of smaller plants, some seedlings of the more like rare kinds. I don't really buy big established plants, and that's because they're usually pretty pricey and just kind of out of my budget, if you know what I'm saying. Also just at the place in my plant journey where I know the plants and the genuses that I like, and I think this year I'm mainly just going to focus on Philodendron, Hoya, and Antherium. Those are like my favorite genuses at the moment, and honestly I do really well with them. They do really well in my environment, and so I think that's just mainly what I'm going to be bringing into my household. Maybe the occasional begonia, but I'm kind of running out of space for begonia, and I'm also dealing with powdery mildew with my begonias, and that's just making me want to throw them all away. Oh, because that is so stressful, if I'm being honest. But anyways, let's just get on with the plant wish list. I try to keep it to my top 10 just so this video isn't crazy long, so let's just hop on into the video. And before I start, make sure you subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I would love to know what plant wish list you have for 2020, what's on your bucket list. Let me know. I want to add some more to mine. I want to see what you have on your bucket list, what plants just really captured your heart at the moment. Let me know in the comments. First, I'm going to start with Antherium. There is one honorable mention in this category, and that is the Antherium Nervium. I have wanted this plant for so long. It was in my 2020 plant wish list video, and honestly, how can you not love this plant? It's just everything that I love about Antheriums. It has the veins, it has the fuzzy velvetiness, it is big, it's heart-shaped. I love it, and honestly, I think I'm just going to bite the bullet and buy it within the next month. I'm really just stressed about USPS, but they're getting a little bit better, so I think I might be able to get my hands on one. The prices have come down a little bit. I mean, honestly, the prices have fluctuated on this plant, but they're kind of downish at the moment, so I think I might be able to get one soon, and I'm really excited because I just want to be able to have this plant. I am honestly kind of mad that it's not in my collection yet, but yeah, Antherium Nervium is just such a beautiful plant. So the first official plant on my bucket list is the Antherium Forgetii. This is actually another plant that I am mad that's not in my collection. I feel like everybody has this plant, or a lot of like people who collect Antherium have this plant. This is just like one of the first Antherium plants you get when you start your Antherium collection. I feel like, at least. It has no sinus, so I love that fact that it's just like almost like an upside down raindrop shape, you know? and it's still velvety, and I just love that. I love the fact that it has no sinus, it has no heart shape to it, and I love that it's velvety and it's slightly veiny. Honestly, there is a theme in my plant list for 2021, and that is big leaves, heart shapes, and veins. So I'm sorry, all you variegated lovers or all you splashy Hoya lovers, this is not the plant list for you. But if you love veins, if you love big leaves, if you love velvetyness, then just keep watching because I'm right there with you. So yes, Antherium forgetii, number 1. Number 2, my second Antherium on this wish list is the Antherium Florum. I'm pretty sure that's how it's pronounced. And I just love any sort of pendant Antherium. There's the long strappy Antheriums. I would love to have another one to just join my queen in the background. I also have a baby Antherium vitarifolium, and I can't wait to just get the long strappiness on that plant. And the Florum, like, this plant is just so stunning. I just want to be able to feel it. I want to have the long leaves on it. I just think it would be such a beauty. I haven't seen this plant in person yet, so I can't even imagine how pretty it looks in person, but I think that it'll go so well with the few pendant Antheriums that I have already. I have this goal, this dream in my head, this vision of just having, you know, a few little pendant Antheriums all together, and I'm kind of getting that over here, but I just think to have all these like strappiness and velvetyness and veins just all in one area, it would look so beautiful. So that is why I need another Antherium, another pendant Antherium in my life. Now we're going to move on to Monstera. I have 2 Monsteras on my wish list. To be honest, unpopular opinion maybe, Monsteras aren't the best, aren't my favorite. I'm not as crazy about them. They just, honestly, they don't do that well in my care. I feel like Monsteras, even Monstera deliciosa, I feel like they just grow really slow for me. I'm not really sure why. Yeah, but I do have a Monstera Thai constellation on my wish list, and once again, I am kind of salty I don't have this plant already. I have tried so hard, but every time I come across one, it has just like, God, these prices have just skyrocketed on Thai constellations, and it's insane. And I mean, just like within the past 6 months since the Rona time came, it's mind-blowing. So Thai constellation prices have just gone through the roof, and I'm not ready to pay that kind of price for those plants. So hopefully I can get one come spring and summertime when everybody wants to swap, because I have some good plants to swap. If anybody wants to swap a Thai, let me know. And the next Monstera, which is more of like an honorable mention because this is very highly unattainable, at least in the near future, and that is one of Tyler Thrasher's sport variegated Monstera. If you don't know who Tyler Thrasher is, maybe you're living under a rock, but definitely check him out. He is an amazing human being. He's just like, he's amazing. He's awesome. He has this beautiful sport variegated Monstera, and it's not like your regular sport Monstera that people are finding at Home Depot and Lowe's. I have never seen one quite like his, and he does have a long-term plan of just propagating a whole bunch and selling them and making them accessible to people. So I really believe that he's not going to be selling it for like $300, $400. I really think he's going to make it affordable and accessible to people, but that is like a 10-year goal, so I'm just going to keep it in my honorable mentions for now, but I am forever just stalking his Instagram, admiring that beauty because, oof, she is beautiful. Next, we are moving on to Philodendrons. I don't remember what number I'm on. I think I'm on number 4. But these 2 Philodendrons on my wish list in my heart have been in my heart for at least 2 years now. And once again, the price is a reason why they have not been very attainable to me. I have seen a few of them for sale, but number 4, I think, or the next plant on this wish list is none other than the Philodendron El Choco Red. And can you even with this plant? Because I can't. I mean, everything about this plant is just it just is beautiful. It's backs, it's velvetiness, it's heart-shaped leaves. It's literally everything I love in a plant, except for the price tag. These plants easily go for $300 to $400, and yeah, I just don't have that kind of money to spend on a plant, if you know what I'm saying. I've seen just the chunks, just like the wet sticks of them, going for easily $200, and once again, I'm not spending $200 on a chunk, and I don't trust myself to propagate a wet stick because I'm just not good with them, if I'm being honest. So Philodendron El Choco Red, I see you and I'm going to get you. I really feel like it's gonna come to me this year. I've been putting out the energy and I feel like it's close. I feel like I'm going to get one some way, somehow this year. Unlike this next philodendron, which is the Philodendron Luxurians, and I can't stop staring at this plant because of those veins. Oof, I saw this plant actually sometime last year in Kaylee Ellen's videos, and it is just such a stunner. This plant I actually have not seen for sale too often, maybe a couple of times in on Facebook somehow, but it's definitely way out of my price range. So once again, another plant that will just sit on my plant wish list for a while, and I will just admire it through pictures on Instagram. If you happen to have a Philodendron Luxurians, please DM me pictures so I can drool over it. So those are pretty much the 2 philodendron I have. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of other ones that I want because I just love philodendron. They are so easygoing for me, and I want to collect them all. But those are the 2 I have on my list for right now. Next is the one and only begonia I put on this wish list. I am kind of slowing down my begonia collection, like I mentioned, but that is the Begonia Provimosa, and oh, this plant just gets me. Those pinks in it, it's so beautiful. It's so pretty. It's everything that I love in a begonia, which is just like that contrast of light and dark. It's so cool. Honestly, I think begonias are one of the coolest genuses because they just vary so much in color, but they are a bit on the finicky side, which I'm sure we've all experienced. And I know the Bravimosa is one of those higher humidity lovers, and I'm just not really ready for that to be in my house. I'm just not ready for that type of energy. There's a lot of terrarium style begonias I want, but I'm just not ready to go down that rabbit hole yet. So Bravimosa, it's one of the other plants actually that's been on my wish list for a while, and I just haven't gotten for that humidity reason. I'm not ready to have that diva just yet, but she is so beautiful. That brings me to my last genus, and I'm sure you all can guess what it is, and it is Hoya. There's so many Hoyas I want to get this year. It was hard picking a few for these, but there's just so many Hoya that I want. I have to catch them all. I know people say you don't have to catch all of the plants, but I want to catch all the Hoya. Well, first we have Hoya Elliptica, and I love this plant because it reminds me of turtles, and I love my peperomia string of turtles so much. I think it would be so cool to have the Hoya Elliptica. Both, like the version of it not sunstressed and the sunstressed version, are just so pretty, and I need this. I need a Hoya Elliptica. Do you see why? It's so cute, so cute. The next Hoya is the Hoya Cowdang, I believe it's how it's pronounced. Hoya Velosa Cowdang, and this is a really cool looking plant. This plant is, once again, I know I keep saying it, but it's everything I love in a Hoya. It has that textured look to it. On the outside, it has the veins. The leaves can get really big on it. I actually saw Not Dude Adam's Cowdang, and that one was a stunner. and it is so pretty, and seeing his just made me really think, wow, I really do need that plant in my life. It is just, it's such a pretty Hoya. I don't see how people don't like Hoya. They're beautiful. The next one will be the Hoya Latifulia, and that is just another big leafed, big vein Hoya that is so pretty. Honestly, I don't even know what the flowers look like on a lot of these Hoya, which I know is really unpopular in the Hoya community because everybody's always after the flowers. And don't get me wrong, Hoya flowers are really beautiful and they look delicious, even though you're not supposed to eat them. They look like gummies, and it's really cool. But I'm a foliage girl. These really big leaf foliage Hoyas just really steal my heart, and the Hoya Latifulia is just one that I would love to have, and that kind of also goes hand in hand with the Hoya Sarawak. Thankfully though, I do have a trade lined up for Sarawak once it gets a little bit warmer here, so that's going to be really exciting. And then another honorable mention on the Hoya list is Hoya Meridithii. I feel like a lot of people have the Hoya Meridithii, so it might be a little bit more attainable to get this Hoya, but oh, she is a stunner. Once again, a big leaf, veiny Hoya, and oh, I can't wait. I want to see these Hoyas in person too. I do luckily have some people in my life that are plant collectors, so I've seen some plants, some of these rarer plants in person, but a lot of the Hoyas I haven't seen in person, and I would just love to see them in person because when you see a plant in person, I feel like it just makes you love it that much more, because sometimes pictures just don't do a plant justice. But that is it, the top 10, maybe a little bit over 10 plants that I have on my wish list, on my pluck it list. I hope you all enjoyed it. I hope I bought some new plants to your wish list. I hope I introduced you to some cool plants, and I would love to know what you're trying to get in 2021. Let me know in the comments below, and I hope you all are having a wonderful day. I hope you all are having a good year so far, a good January, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!